Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about Survivor Season 47, Episode 2, titled Epic Boss Girl Move. Last week on Survivor, boats were flipped, nobody congratulated Andy for opening a coconut, and Democracy found that John couldn't pod save his place in the game. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist where you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. I'm also recapping Big Brother and the Challenge 40 right now, but let's dive into it. Sun up on Red Bravo, where Rome says that vibes are good. The night before, Rome told Teeny all about his Beware advantage. Teeny helps Rome out to find it, but they don't make much progress at night. Back to the next day, where Teeny tells Kishan all about Rome's idol, and they go out and find Rome's idol clue. Rome catches them reading his clue, and they play it off like they sneaked into his box because they want to work with him. Rome loses trust in Teeny for this, and he hates the laundry list of things he has to do to activate the next level of the idol, so he just tells them he's taking the idol. That's only good for one tribal, and commits to playing it at the next tribal, making him safe. Over at Blue Tuku, TK weighs out a guy's alliance with Gabe and Kyle, but he doesn't trust Gabe, so he asks Tiana for an alliance with Tiana, TK, and Kyle. They lock that down, referring to themselves as the nice people. At Yellow Gata, Andy is excited to recover his game. The players cheer him on while he opens up coconuts like they're training him like a dog, and he's loving it. Annika says Andy reminds her of a toxic, clingy guy from a dating app. The girls go off looking for idols while Sam and Andy bond at camp. Sam sees value in Andy and wants to win his loyalty. Sam leaves to pee, and Andy instantly rushes off. When Sam comes back from potty, Andy is deep in the woods with the Beware advantage in his hands. Andy decides not to take the Beware advantage, saying he's content with knowing where it is and he'll come back to it. At Bravo, Kishan calls Rome a show-off as Rome tries to make fire. Kishan steps in and quickly makes fire, kind of schooling Rome here. Teeny calls Rome cocky as he moonwalks through the camp. Back at Gata, Sam tells Annika that Andy snuck away. They decide to go idol hunting together, with Sam finding the Beware advantage and deciding to take it. Annika helps him to achieve a few of his clues, and Sam decides to tell his ally Sierra about the idol. Annika decides to run the information back to Rachel, so Sam proactively tells Rachel about his clues, knowing that Annika was going to tell Rachel anyways, which made Annika seem like a bit of a known rat. This all leaves Andy as the only person who doesn't know that Sam has the advantage. Andy decides to go back for the idol, but it's not there. Andy tells Sam that the girls must have found the Beware advantage, and Sam comically acts shocked, but Sam likes that Andy trusts him. At Tuku, the Good Person Alliance talk targets. They tell Gabe that they want to target his ally Sue. Gabe brings this back to Caroline, but Caroline doesn't trust Gabe and tells him to his face that she doesn't trust him. To earn her trust, he shows her his idol, which seems to instantly win her over. Suddenly, Gabe, Sue, and Caroline have an alliance. Gabe calls them his little birds who he's confident that he could beat in the end. Sue and Tiana are trying to nap on the beach, but TK is yapping up a storm. In confessional, Sue calls TK and Kyle bastards who don't have a good job like her because she's a pilot with a pilot school. Tiana tells us she doesn't vibe with TK either, but for now, she's in an alliance with him. At Gata, Sam and Sierra find the box and the buzzkill clue in the box that they need to do more work. Ugh, not more work. Sam decides to take a lame little idol that's only good for one tribal. All of this work in these 2 episodes for players to get 2 1-tribal idols and 1 3-tribal idol is crazy. Sam tells Sierra that he's thinking of using the idol to save Andy because he doesn't want to be the last man standing. She's visibly mortified by the bad strategy. They all head to the immunity challenge where everyone is shocked to see Andy there and not John. Spicy Jeff is hosting, by the way.
Come on, give it up. Don't make me pull out my knife.
Spicy!
The survivors need to swim to a tower, get a bag of rice, navigate the rice through a small hole, end to shore, do a key maze to unlock a knife, stab the F out of the rice bag to get balls to complete a snake maze. The first tribe to finish will get immunity and a big fishing kit, second tribe gets immunity and a small kit, and the losers go to tribal council, where Spicy Jeff will stab them. Asia and Sue sit out. So they get started with all 3 tribes neck and neck going through the rice hole, which looks kind of easy. Tuku is last to get to the key puzzle where Rachel, Rome, and Tiana are facing off. Rachel gets hers first, followed by Rome, with Tiana really struggling with this. Andy and Saul nailed their bag stabbing, and oh hey, Saul is on the show. Sam, Sierra, and Annika run point on the snake maze for Gata, Kishan, Rome, and Genevieve for Ravo, and after Tiana gets it together, Kyle stabs his bag, and Gabe, TK, and Kyle take on the maze for Tuku. Gato comes in first and wins immunity and the big fishing gear, with Ravo coming second, sending Blue Tuku to tribal for the first time this season. Before they leave, Jeff calls Rachel out for thievery, telling her to empty her pockets because they're full of rice from the bag. Jeff thinks this is funny and cute. Jeff Matt chats with the losing team. He asks Tiana why she's smiling. She says she's faking it. TK says that basically he hates losing and anyone who's happy with losing has a loser mentality. Tiana is pissed at TK and Sue sees this as an opportunity to basically scoop Tiana up. Back at camp, Gabe instantly plans to get Tiana on board. TK catches Tiana and Kyle talking about him calling them losers.
You're talking about me?
No.
Kyle tries to mediate therapy between TK and Tiana, and they seem to resolve it. They go back to talking about targeting Sue. TK says he's playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers. TK invites his fourth chess piece, Gabe, into the plan, but Gabe, Sue, and Caroline are ready to go to Rocks on this vote to get TK out. They plan on using going to Rocks to scare Tiana into voting with them. Sue tells Tiana that they're planning to target TK to take out a big threat.
Honestly, it'd be an epic boss girl move.
Oops, she said the thing. Tuku heads to Tribal, where Sue tells Jeff that she spotted a bromance brewing between the guys. They feel like TK and Kyle basically made them feel less than. Caroline points out that Gabe has been all over the jungle and he owns up to it, with Jeff calling Gabe a great example of a new era player because he's free-spirited and having fun. Jeff brings the conversation back to TK blowing up at the challenge and calling them all losers. Tiana says she's not sure who she can trust until after the votes are read. So they get to the votes, and when asked for advantages, Gabe plays his idol for himself, I guess to protect himself from a rock draw. They get to the votes, and by a vote of 4-2, TK is voted out of the game, with the 2 votes being for Sue from TK and Kyle. So we say goodbye to TK here, who obviously was a very fit guy and really could have helped his team out in challenges. He gets to go on the journey early on, putting himself in the hero position and having a scuffle with Asia over the reward. Him leaving is great for Asia's game. At his tribe, he was really portrayed as someone who was acting really openly toxically masculine, forming a guys alliance and calling the girls losers, telling that long story where he basically kept saying brah repeatedly and annoying Sue on the beach. This behavior isn't from me, but I know there are viewers who enjoy this because I read my comments, and when I say toxic masculinity, it fires people up, and now I said it twice. Hehehe. His parting words at the end of the episode were maybe my personality was a bit too bright, which just shows he's committed to his bit. Anyway, I'm sure there's more to him than what was shown to us, but when I say I've seen enough, I mean that from my heart. So that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next Wednesday with more Survivor. Until then, I'm also covering Big Brother and the Challenge Season 40, so if you need me, you know where to find me. Until next time, have a nice weekend. Bye!